of our Financial Services Committee and sponsor of the bill. 3 minutes.
The gentlewoman from Arizona is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Lukemeyer, and thank you to Chairman Hensarling and Congressman Fitzpatrick for working with me on this narrow, targeted exemption to provide common-sense regulatory relief for companies on the cutting edge of scientific and medical research. I've heard from companies throughout my district that burdensome and unnecessary regulations continue to stifle their ability to grow and succeed. The Fostering Innovation Act allows certain emerging growth companies, including some biopharmaceutical companies, to spend valuable resources on product research and development instead of costly and unnecessary external audits. Currently, EGCs are exempt from certain regulatory requirements for 5 years after their initial public offering. One of the requirements that EGCs are exempt from is Sarbanes-Oxley Section 404B, which requires public companies to obtain an external audit on the effectiveness of their internal controls for financial reporting. This reporting requirement is costly and unnecessary because management is still required to assess internal controls, and these EGCs, by definition, have very limited public exposure. H.R. 4139 is a very narrow fix that temporarily the Sarbanes-Oxley Section 404B exemption for an additional 5 years for a small subset of EGCs with annual average revenue of less than $50 million and less than $700 million in public float. This will enable these EGCs to use valuable resources to remain competitive, stable, and ultimately successful. In the biopharma market, making it easier and less costly means greater competition and results in potentially lower drug prices for consumers. Further, nothing in this bill prohibits an external audit if a company or a majority of its shareholders determines an audit is beneficial. I urge my colleagues to join us in helping to ensure that costly regulations don't stand in the way of success for biopharmaceutical and other companies on the cutting edge of scientific